Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Sri Shailabhijanamburashisanam Sri Krishna Tatatmajam Sri Shailanve Devanatha Sudya Praptagamantadvayam Padabje Narsimha Tate Guroho Nyastatma Rakshabharam Vidvat Vranda Chakora Chandiramaham Ramanujaryam Shraye Shri Ranga Sudha Madhu Samaswadayantam Shri Ranga Mahishi Padapankajatmajam Sulabhashrayam Sada Moda Siddhamadbhutam Bhajeham Gurung Tam Ranganatha Priyam Sukhasanastham Hridayabjapithe Chinmudraya Lankrita Pani Padmam Shubhopavitam Vimalodhapundram Namami Rangam Gurumantarenge Namami Yoga Samrakim Vijayam Vijayapradam Shrirangardha Sanasinam Karunam Mama Mataram Guru Rupa Paranjyotihi Jyoti Rupa Guru Paraha Jnana Mandiram Hetate Guru Vijnana Mandiram Mukhaṁ karoti vācālam pangum langayate girim yatkripa tamaham vande paramananda madhavam yontah pravishya mama vācamimāṁ prasuptāṁ sanjīvayat akhila shaktidhara swadhamna anyam sahasta charana shravanatvagadine pranān namo bhagavate purushāya tubhyam jayatyaśrita santrāsa dhvanta vidvamsanodayah prabhāvān sītaya devya paramavyoma bhaskaraha Sakrideva Prapannaya Tavasmiti Chayachate Abhayam Sarvabhutebhyaha Dadamyetadvaram Mama Manojavam Marutatulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtam Vatatmajam Vanarayutha Mukyam Shriramadutam Shirasa Namami Veda Vedye Pare Pumsi Jate Dasharathatmaje Veda Prachetasādāsīte Sakshat Ramayanatmana. With salutations to our Guru and the Guru of all Gurus will commence our session today. It's my great fortune to be in the house of a great scholar, Sri Anantacharya. This session is from his house in New Delhi. Thank you for hosting me here. So in the last class, we were in the 13th Sarga, where our hero, he gets into a mood of Vishadam and he starts a sarani of thoughts, a stream of thoughts, which essentially spirals down into depression. And the very first thought he has, of course, yes, the main karanam for all of this is he has searched all through Lanka and he is not able to see Sita Mata. That is what is the cause of his desperation. And the fact that he says that there is no stone that is unturned. I have seen each nook and corner. And as human beings, of course, Va Naraha, isn't it? He is also a Naraha. We get into this mood many times in our lives, and it is but natural that it gets into a spiral descending downwards. So as we have seen, Srimad Ramayanam is not only a divine story, there are divine personalities who are there, but the divinity, in order to show us the way of life as human beings, they also take the human form, the human emotions. And therefore, it is important for us to connect with the human emotions. And the lesson for us is to see how we can overcome these emotions. And what is the adarsham that jnanis like Lord Hanuman show us. So therefore, there will be some key lessons in this sargam. We have seen how he starts off with his own immediate boss, who is Sugriva, and says that I'll get the first punishment, dandam, from none other than Sugriva. He doesn't even think of Ramachandra there. The very first thing he thinks of is Sugriva. Then, of course, he starts off with Lord Ramachandra, and eventually we were in sloka 23 and 24, isn't it? That is Gatvatu Yedi Kakutstham Vakshyami Paramapriyam. Of course, in the Moola shlokas, we may have to link the second padam with the first padam. That is when you can relate them. That is why it is split. Nadrishteti maya sita tatastakshati jivitam parusham darunam kruram tikshnam indriya tapanam sita nimittam durvakyam shutva sana bhavishyati. Lord Hanuman gives a variety of adjectives to his phrase na drishta sita. That turns out to be a parusha vakyam, which is very harsh. Darunam, bhikaram, kruram, most cruel, because Lord Rama cannot listen to the fact that Hanuman could not see Sita anywhere. Therefore, these are extremely harsh words. And tam tu krichragatam drishtva panchatva gatamanasam brushanurukto medhavi nabhavishyati lakshmanaha. So having listened to the Durvakyam,
Volume paid.
mind.
Volume illa.
Oh, is that true for others also?
No, it is clear. Here, we are hearing it.
இப்போ ஓகே முன்னாடி தான் கேட்கல இப்போ ஓகே நீங்க பேசுங்க.
Okay, maybe I lean down, try to get closer.
எல்லாரும் வீடியோ ஆஃப் பண்ணிடலாமா? அப்போ உங்களுக்கு பெட்டரா
ஒரு நிமிஷம். Just please give me a minute.
No problem.
இப்போ கேக்குறதா? Is it better?
கேக்குறது.
Okay.
So panchatva gata manasam. So Lord Ramachandra will get into a state of aikyam with panchabhutangal. That is what is panchatva gatam, and he may anytime leave his shariram. That is a state we'll see. Brushanurakto Medhavi, those are the two adjectives of Lakshmana. He is inseparable from Rama, and his anurakti is indescribable. He prana, Lord Rama is prana for Lakshmana, and he is also a great Medhavi, has extreme still continue. Na bhavishyati Lakshmana. He will also leave his shariram. That is where we stopped in the last class. We will continue now. Vinashtau bhrataro shrutva bharato api marishyati bharatancha mritan drishtva shatrughno na bhavishyati. These are all easy, simple Sanskrit words. Most of you by now must be familiar. What it says is, having seen both Rama and Lakshmana not there anymore, even the brother Bharata, he will also leave his body, and seeing Bharata no more, Shatrughnaha na bhavishyati, Shatrughna also will leave his body. Putran mrutan samikshyatha na bhavishyanti matarah Kausalya cha Sumitra cha Kaikeyi cha na samshayaha. So see how the spiraling thoughts, it can come to somebody as intellectual as Lord Hanuman, what to think of ordinary mortals. So he continues, okay, seeing all their sons no more, na bhavishyanti mataraha, all the three great mothers, Kausalya, Sumitra, and Kaikeyi will also leave their bodies. Kritagnyas satyasandhascha Sugriva plavagadhipaha Ramam tatha gatam drishtva tataschakshati jivitam. Adavade, we may wonder why Hanuman gets this thought. Yeah, these people are all great people, supposed to be knowledgeable and jnanis, everybody, isn't it? But why are they going to this extreme of leaving their body அப்படின்னாக்கா, the root cause of all that is Lord Ramachandra. He is the Paramatma who has taken an avataram. And the avataras, when they descend to the earth, they form great magnets. And just like iron filings stick to the magnet, all others will have no other thought but supreme love for that divinity. And that is the reason why they will all accompany Lord Ramachandra. அந்த சராசரங்களை என்று வைகுண்டம் ஏத்தின்னு சொல்ற மாதிரி Hanuman is fast forwarding to that scene. Kritagnyas Satyasandhascha Sugriva Plavagadipa. So the next person to leave his body would be Plavagadipa, one who is extremely good at flying. But the two adjectives here, why will Sugriva leave his body? We understand Lakshmana, we understand Bharata, they are all Dayadis, Udan Pirandavargal. We know about the Mataraha. Why Sugriva should leave his body? Na Kritagnaha Satyasandhascha. He is somebody who will not forget what has been done to him, isn't it? Vali vadam panni avarukku shreyasa kudutha Bhagavan. Adanala, with that gratitude in mind, Sugriva also will leave his body. Ramam tatha gatam dashtva tataha tyakshati jeevitam. Durmana vithita dina nirananda tapasvini pidita bhartrashokena rumatyakshati jeevitam. So the next person in line is wife of Sugriva, that is Ruma. And she will definitely go into a state of Durmana, that is, she will be disheartened, she will be Vyathita, struck with grief. Dina, there is nobody else who is going to save me. My husband is gone. She will not look at all the others who have left. Her relation is with her husband, isn't it? So there is nobody to protect me. She will get dejected. Nirananda, she will be unhappy. But is tapas.
Sir, again voice problem.
Sorry, again lost you.
மறுபடியும் வால்யூம் போயிட்டு
Maybe you can switch off your video. We can't hear you.
Equal justice, women's liberation, that happened naturally in those days. That is,
We didn't hear all of these.
we missed a lot of your explanation இங்க கேக்கல.
function of Sati, the normal thing that
Even
we.
now it's cracking.
அம்மா பேசுறது அவருக்கு கேட்கலன்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
Oh, is my.
கேக்கல.
கேக்கலையா?
ஆமா,
சில இடத்துல வருது, இங்கெல்லாம் கேக்குறது, அங்கெல்லாம் கேக்குறது.
விட்டு கேக்குறது.
நீங்க உங்க வீடியோ ஆஃப் பண்ணிட்டுருங்க.
Okay, maybe that's something I'll do.
நாங்களாம வீடியோ ஆஃப் பண்ணிட்டா உங்களுக்கு பேண்ட்வித் பெட்டரா இருக்கும்.
Sari, okay, maybe. I need somebody to be unmuted so that I know you are not listening to me. One of you, maybe Anusha can do that. Can you hear me now?
We are able to hear.
கேக்குறது. கிளியரா இருக்கு ராகவன்.
Clear.
Clear.
Did you hear something about Sati that I told just now? Or shall I repeat?
No,
You
we
have to
didn't hear.
repeat, please.
Repeat, please.
Okay.
சத்துர்கன் வரைக்கும் தான் கேட்டது. அதுக்கப்புறம் கேட்கல.
Shatrugnan. After Shatrugnan, of course, the three mothers, Mataraha, Kausalya, Sumitra, and Kaikeyi, they will also leave their bodies. Abdine varadu. Adukapram, the next person to leave his body would be Sugriva. And the main reason why he will pass away is because he is a Kritagnya and he is a Satyasandha. He is bound to truth and he knows the fact that Lord Ramachandra is somebody who has actually given him back his kingdom and Shreyas and praise. Therefore, he, with all gratitude, Sugriva we'll see that there is no other line of sight than leaving his own body. கேக்குறதா நான் சொல்றது?
கேக்குறது.
ஓகே. அதே மாதிரி அடுத்தது வர்றது தபஸ்வினியா இருக்கக்கூடிய ருமா, துர்மனா வெதிதா தீனா நிரானந்தா தபஸ்வினி. So I was talking about the sati system, that having seen that her husband Sugriva is no more, Ruma is somebody who will be disheartened, who will be pained, and who is dejected. Durmana Vyethita Dina Nirananda, she is also unhappy. But she is a tapaswini, therefore she will also resolve, just like a sati, to leave her body. And what I was mentioning was the reverse sati is the first thing we should notice here. The very first thing is the moment Lord Ramachandra hears that Sita is no more, he leaves his body. That is what I was mentioning. That it is not only that the wife will leave her body when there is no husband, but it is also the other way around. That is the closeness with which Rama and Sita lived. That is the adarsham for all of us. Valijena tu dukkena pidita sokakarshita panchatvancha gate ragni tarapina bhavishyati. The next person in line is Tara, the wife of Vali. She is already in remorse and sorrow that her husband Vali is no more. But now she sees that there is no Raja that is going to protect her. Therefore, she will also leave her body. Mata pitror vinashena sugriva vyasanena cha kumaro pyangada kasmat harayishyati jivitam. So the next person in line is Angada, Mata Pitroho. So he sees that both his parents are no more, and Sugriva also has left his body. Therefore, Kumaraha Angadaha, so he will also leave his body. Bhartrijena tudukhena yabhibhuta vanokasaha shiram sabhihanishyanti talair mushtibhirevacha. So the next people to look at will be the Vanaras. All the Vanaras, they will see that their Bharta, that is their Raja, who is going to protect them. Bharta means somebody who protects us. It is, of course, supposed to mean husband in the common sense, but here it also alludes to the king. Vanaukasaha, all the Vanaras who live in the jungles, and they will all beat their heads and chests, and they will also try to leave their basantvanena anupradhanena manena chayashasvina lalita kapirajena pranans tyakshanti vanaraha. So the beauty here is Valmiki gives a reason why each person is trying to leave their body, starting with Ramachandra, because he listens to Parusha Vachanam. Lakshmana, because he is inseparable from Rama. Then comes Bharata and Shatrughna, who are again tightly wedded to their brothers. இப்படி சொல்லிட்டு வரச்சே, why will the Vanaras leave the body? அப்படின்னா இங்க ஒரு தர்ம சூக்ஷ்மம் இருக்கு. The fact that their king Sugriva, how did he take care of them? அப்படிங்கிறது இங்க நன்னா வருது. யசஸ்வினா கபிராஜேன சாந்த்வனேன anupradhanena cha. So Sugriva had given a lot of gifts to Vanaras. Whenever they did any job, he would commend them with a lot of jewels, pearls, perhaps a lot of fruits, vegetables, etc., because they are monkeys. And he would always encourage them with great words. And manam, most important, all servants nu paakada, he would respect them. இப்பேற்பட்ட ஒரு ராஜா இருந்ததுனால அவன் இல்லாதப்போ இவெல்லாம் லாலிதாக, they were all pampered in some sense. அப்பேற்பட்ட வானரங்கள்லாம் they would all decide that given that our Raja is no more, let us also leave the body. Na vaneshu na shaileshu na nirodheshu va punaha kridam anubhavishyanti sametya kapi kunjaraha. This is about the kapi kunjaraha, the leaders of the Vanaras. They will also see when the entire retinue of Vanaras is gone, what are we supposed to do? So they will also try to figure out that there is nothing that we can do in this forest, and we will not be able to enjoy any type of play with our colleagues. And what will they do? Saputradara samatyaha bhartruvyasana piditaha shailagrebhya patishyanti sameshu vishamechu cha. So Saputradara, they have seen their sons and wives as well as their ministers, Amatyargal. Bhartruvyasana peditaha, they are suffering from the fact that their Bharta Sugriva is no more. Ada paathitte these other leaders, they will also jump off from mountains. Shailagrebhyaha and Sameshu Vishameshu cha, they will fall down into the plains as well as uneven grounds. And that is what will happen to the leaders. Kekurda na solradhu?
Yes.
Okay. Vishamudbandhanam vapi pravesham jwalanasya va upavasamatho shastram pracharishyanti vanaraha. The way that they will live their lives will be, they will either consume poison, visham, udbandhanam vapi, they will try to hang, or jwalanasya, they will enter the fire, or upavasam, they will go into சாகுமறை உண்ணாவிரதம் சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா, அந்த மாதிரி உபவாசம் பண்ணி they will leave their body அப்படின்னு சொல்றாரு இங்க. கோரமாரோதனம் மன்யே கதிமயி பவிஷ்யதி இக்ஷ்வாகுகுல நாசஸ்சைவ வனௌகசாம். இப்போ மெயினா ஹனுமான் என்ன யோசிக்கிறார், இதெல்லாம் கஷ்டம் வருதுன்னு பாக்குறாரு. நம்ம அர்ஜுனன் கீதையில சொல்ற மாதிரி இவா எல்லாரையும் நான் இது பண்ண முடியாது, all these are my own cousins, brothers ங்கிற மாதிரி Hanuman gets into that state of thing and he says, Mai gate, if I were to go return to Mahendragiri with this news, then there will be complete destruction of Ikshvaku Kulam itself. Not only that, all the Vanara Kulam also, Vanaukasam, ella idu aidum. Annala, what should I do? So ham naiva gamishyami Kishkindam nagari mitaha nacha sakshyam yaham drashtum sugrivam maithilim vina. So therefore, the first thing he decides is, I will not go. இல்லையா, அங்க ஆளே போல, நம்ம இன்டர்நெட்ல லாகின் பண்றோம், சுத்திட்டே இருக்கோம், வரலன்னா கொஞ்ச நாள் கழிச்சு நம்ம விட்டு வந்துருவோம் இல்லையா. அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு காரிய நிமித்தமா போயிருக்கேன் லங்கைக்கு, திரும்பி வரலன்னா அட்லீஸ்ட் they will think that this guy has gone to search, எங்கேயோ மாட்டின்ட்டார் போல் இருக்கு அப்படின்னு, அட்லீஸ்ட் they will not go into a state of விஷாதம். Therefore, அகம் நைவ கமிஷ்யாமி கிஷ்கிந்தாம் நகரீம் இதஹா, இங்கேருந்து போக மாட்டேன் அப்படிங்கிறார். ஏன்னாக்கா நச்ச சக்ஷ்மியாம் அஹம் திரஷ்டும், I will not be able to bear to see Sugriva Maithilim Vina, the fact that if I return without Janaki Mata, this whole thing will collapse. So let me not go. Mayyagachati che haste dharmatmanau maharatau ashayatau dharishyete vanarascha manasvinaha. Mai agachati ihaste, if I were not to go and I stay back in Lanka, dharmatmanau maharatau, that is the two great people, the Rama and Lakshmana tau, ashaya dharishyete manasvinaha vanarascha, they will all retain their hope. அதாவது ஒருத்தருடைய ஹோப்பை நாசம் பண்ணக்கூடாது அப்படிங்கிறது இதுல இருந்து லெசன். ஆனாக்கா முன்னுக்கு எதான பண்ணணுமே, அதை பத்தி யோசிச்சுமே. ஆஷயாத்தோ தரிஷ்யத்தே வானராஸ்ச மனஸ்வினஹா. So whenever we try to do something which is going to result in a great depression to others, many others, then we should think twice before venturing into that activity. So that is the lesson from this. Astadano mukhadano niyato vrikshamulikaha vanaprastho bhavishyami yadrishtva janakatmajam sagaranu deshe bahumula phalodeke. என்ன சொல்றாருன்னா, சரி நான் அங்க போக மாட்டேன், let me stay back here, but what should I be doing here அப்படின்னாக்கா, I will get into a state of vanaprastham, இல்லையா, brahmacharyam, grihastashram, vanaprastham, sannyasam. These are the 4 ashramas in life. Hanuman, of course, is ajanma brahmachari. but he wants to become into somebody who is in Vanaprastha, meaning I will stay in the forests. And what will he do there? Hastadano, Mukadano, Niyato, Vrikshamulikaha. My house is anyway going to be the root of the trees, Vrikshamulikaha. I will be disciplined. Whatever is available to me, either to my hands or to my mouths. That is how the monkeys eat their food, isn't it? I will stay back here because I have not seen Janakatmaja. And where will I reside? Na Sagara Anupaje Deshe Bahumula Phalodeke. There are a lot of woods and trees which have blossomed with many flowers, fruits, vegetables, etc. Right next to the Sagaram, or Nalla resort மாதிரி இருக்குங்க. அதனால இங்கே இருந்துட்டு நான் I will continue my life, but I will be in Vanaprastham. ஆனா அவர் நம்மள மாதிரி யோசிக்கல. நம்மளாம் என்ன பண்ணுவோம், ஒரு வேலை கிடைக்கலன்னா பாஸ் என்ற சொல்லாத எங்கேயோ ஆஃப் சைட் போயிட்டு அங்கேயே ஜாலியா இருப்போம். அந்த மாதிரி இருக்க மாட்டார். He is thinking about the next action in the next slokam. Chitam krutva pravekshyami samidham arani sutam upavishtasya va samyak linginim sadhaishyatah shariram bhakshayishyanti vayasa shvapadani cha. So he gets into further mode of despair. Instead of giving depression to others beyond the ocean, on the other side, Mahendragiri, let me get into a state of Panchatvam. Let me leave my body. Abdin avare yosikrar parango. Chitam krutva pravekshami. I will create a chita and enter into it, the fire. Arani sutam. Arani sutam na in the samitthukku per. Adella eduthunde I will enter the Agni, or I will just simply sit upavishtaha in a fast. Samyag linginim sadhaishyataha, fast unto death on the shores of the sea, and then leave my body just like the Jews do, isn't it? Jews are Zoroastrians. They leave their bodies so that the vultures and eagles will take away the body. Shariram bhaksheshanti vayasamna காக்காக்கு பேர் அப்படின்னு சொல்றார் இவர். பாருங்க எப்பேற்பட்ட மகாத்மா. இந்த டிப்ரெஷன்ங்கிறது எல்லாருக்கும் வரும் அப்படிங்கிறது இதுல இருந்து ஒரு லெசன். ஆனா தி மெயின் டிஃபரன்ஸ் வில் see now. இதம் மஹர்ஷிபிர்திருஷ்டம் நிர்யாணமிதி மே மதிஹி சம்யகாபः பிரவேக்ஷ்யாமி நச்சேத் பஷ்யாமி ஜானகீம் சுஜாதமூலா சுபகா கீர்த்திமாலா யசஸ்வினி பிரபக்னா சிரராத்ரியம் மம சீதாம் பஷ்யதः. He is thinking of another mode of leaving his body. Idam maharshibhi drishtam niryanamiti memati. Because he is a jnani, he is referring back to all the smriti granthas he has mastery on, and he sees that maharshis are given another way of leaving the body, which is samyagapah pravekshami. You enter the waters. In fact, it is said that if somebody has done a ghoramana papam, in order to get rid of it, they are allowed to commit suicide by entering the waters. There is a great deal of sukshmam there. It is not simply falling into the waters. Please don't think that I am giving the standard operating procedure for committing suicide here. But those who have committed great sin, when they enter the water will immediately cool the person. And through a proper mode of doing pranayamam, if they can think of the divine Lord and enter the waters, it becomes a prayaschittam. So that way they will be relieved of the papa karma that they would have done in this janma. So this is actually a sanctioned thing in Smriti Granthas, only for those who have done, let's say, Bruna Hatya type of papas, great papas for which, there is no other way of recourse. For example, by doing japa, dana, homa, etc., it is possible to get rid of certain papas we commit. But if the papam is so high that it cannot be redeemed by any other approaches, then this approach is also given by Maharshis. Maharshibhihi niryanamiti memati. Drishtam, it is given by the Maharshis and they have seen that this will help. So that is what I will do. But before that, he thinks that, Sujata Mula, Subhaga, Kirtimala, Yashaswini. I have indeed attained great fame for 2 or 3 reasons. One is Sujata Mula. meaning everything started so very well when I started the bond between Lord Rama, Lakshmana and Sugriva. I ensured that there is a maitri between the two parties. And Vali Vadhamla ஆச்சு. அதெல்லாம் சுஜாத மூலம், நல்ல மூலம் அதுக்கு, the start of the great friendship. அப்புறம் சுபகா, because of the fact that வாலி வதம்லாம் ஆனதுனால சுக்ரீவனுக்கு ஸ்ரேயஸ் உண்டாச்சு. எல்லாரும், everybody was happy. And Kirtimala, so that is when the Kirtinuடைய ஒரு சரணி started. But unfortunately, Prabhagna Chiraratriyam Mama Sitam Apashyata. அதெல்லாம் இருந்து என்ன பிரயோஜனம்? I have not been able to locate Sita Mata. So that entire Kirtimala or the Malay of Kirtis is Prabhagna. It is Nashtam. It is wasted all in one go because I have not been able to locate Sita Mata and everybody will be unhappy. Tapaso va bhavishyami niyato vrikshamolikaha netah pratigamishhyami tamadrishtva sitekshanam. He is now thinking of another way, is tapaso va bhavishyami. I will become a mendicant. Okay, I will get into a mode of tapas. And niyataha vrikshamolikaha. Again, chitram vatataror moolengra madri. Vrikshamolatlo kanda, I will become a tapasvi. Netah pratigamisham, will not go return to Mahendragiri from here without finding Sita. Yeditah pratigachami Sita anadigamyatam angadas sahatai sarvaihi vanarairna bhavishyati. If I were to return without Sita Mata, yeditah pratigamichami anadigamya tam Sitam Angadasaha tai sarvaihi vanaraihi na bhavishyati. Angada will also not be there. Appadin thidirna Angadana patti yosikkirar ipo. Vinashe bahavo dosha jivan bhadrani pashyati tasmat pranan dharishyami dhruvo jivita sangamaha. This is a very important shloka, which is, there is a lesson for us. Okay, everybody gets into a state of depression. But how do we recover from there? What is it that will ensure that we should all come out of that situation? Abhinaka, vinashe bahavo doshaha. If we were to commit suicide, then it has many doshas. In fact, Atmahatya is one of the biggest forms of papam that we can do to ourselves. That is something we should never do, because this body has been given to us by the Lord for some purpose, which is to look at dharma, artha, kama and moksha, chaturvida purushartham. And therefore, with great difficulty, we get this human body, isn't it? Manushyatvam, mumukshutvam, mahapurusha samshrayaha. These are the three things which are very difficult to obtain. The first among them is manushyatvam. Shariram adyam khalu dharma sadhanam. With this body as the mode of attaining dharma is what will give us fulfillment. Therefore, we should never think of committing suicide. But at the same time, jivan pashyat bhadrani. What is the advantage of continuing this life? There is a hope that at some point of time, we will all see auspicious events. So that given the case, why do you want to choose the other alternative? Therefore, tasmat pranan dharishyami dhruvaha jivita sangamaha. I will not leave my body. Okay. Let me continue to live. Abdinu or a spark of hope அவர் தனக்கு தானே கொடுத்துக்கிறார். இது ஒண்ணுதான் நம்மளுக்கு லெசனா எடுத்துக்கணும். It is of course very difficult for all of us as human beings, but there is a great lesson here, because if you keep endlessly thinking about what may happen, abdinaka, it will eventually end into suicidal thoughts. To get rid of it, just step back for a moment and think that life is but like a sine wave. When there is a depression, there will definitely be a positive time ahead. அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு ஹோப் நம்ம மனசுக்கு கொடுத்துட்டே இருக்கணும். ஆனோ பத்ராணி பஷ்யந்து அப்படின்ட்டு, பத்ரம் கர்ணேபி ஸ்ருணுயாம தேவாக பத்ரம் பஷ்யேமாக்ஷபிர்யஜத்ராஹ ஸ்திரைரங்கைः ஸ்துஷ்டுவாகும்சஸ்துனூபிः வ்யசேம தேவஹிதம் யதாயுः. ஓம்ன்ட்டு பத்ரத்தை எது மங்களமோ அதை பத்தி நம்ம கேட்டுட்டே இருக்கணும், அதை பத்தி நம்ம பார்த்துட்டே இருக்கணும். அப்போ there will definitely be this type of a hope that will come to us. Evam bahuvidam dukkham manasa dharayan muhuhu nadhyagachat tada param shokasya kapikunjaraha. Evam bahuvidam dukkham muhuhu manasa dharayan. இது பேர்பட்ட பலவிதமான துக்கங்களை மனசுல வச்சுண்டு ததா shokasya param nadhyagachat. He apparently என்னதான் இருந்தாலும் that sarani of thoughts is still lingering in him. It is taking him to a state of despair. But luckily, it is going to take a turn from now on. Enna pandrar? Ravanam va vadhishyami dashagrivam mahabalam kamamastu hata sita pratyachirnam bhavishyati. நான் இதுக்கு இந்த மாதிரி யோசிக்கணும். நான் தான் பலவானாச்சே. I am somebody who is probably much better than Ravana in terms of all types of powers. So let me direct all my depression towards that enemy. அப்படிங்கிறது இன்னொரு லெசன் இங்க. So to get rid of depression, one way is to revive the hope aspect in us. The other way is to see what is the cause of all this depression. Is this Asura or Rakshasa called Ravana? So let me go and vanquish him. அப்படின்னு யோசிக்கிறார். தசக்ரீவம் மகாபலம் ராவணம் வதிஷ்யாமி. And he is somebody who has Hrita Sita. He is somebody who actually lifted away Sita. So he deserves to be killed. And with that, I will achieve my objective. Okay, so be it that Sita is not alive now, but let me at least kill Ravana. Pratyachirnam cha bhavishyati. It will be a fitting reply to Ravana. அப்படின்னு யோசிக்கிறார் இப்போ. அதவைனம் சமுக்ஷிப்ய உபரி சாகரம் ராமாய உபஹரிஷ்யாமி பசும் பசுபதேரிவ. இப்போ அந்த நன்னா பல்ல கடிச்சுண்டு with great anger he is now thinking that let me kill Ravana. அது மாத்திரம் இல்லை, இந்த டாலிவுட் மூவிஸ்ல பண்றான் இந்த வில்லனை தலையில பிடிச்சின்னு தரதரன்னு இழுத்துன்னு போற மாதிரி. அதவைனம் சமுக்ஷிப்ய உபரி சாகரத்துக்கு மேலே நான் அவனை இழுத்துன்னு போய் ஐ வில் drop him in front of Ramachandra. ராமாய உபஹரிஷ்யாமி பசும் பசுபதேரிவ. எப்படி the way that Nandi takes all the wrongdoers in front of Shiva, I will also take Ravana. I will kill him and take his body across the ocean. Iti chintam samapannaha Sitam anadigamyatam dhyana shoka paritatma chintayamasa vanaraha. So at least his thought branches, isn't it? It branches out into a direction where at least there is going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. Vanaraha Sitam anadigamya, unable to find Sita. Chintam samapannaha dhyana shoka paritatma. He wants to overcome the shokam, but he is meditating on how to go about this. Chintayamasa. Yavat Sitam hi pashyami Rama patnim yashasvinim tavadetam purim lankam vichinomi punaha. Therefore, he gets an excellent way forward. Let me not leave this place. Sita, after all, will be in Lanka, and maybe there are places where I have not searched properly. Yavat Sitam napashyami, until I am not going to find her. Tavadetam purim lankam vichinomi punaha. I will continue my search process. அப்படின்னு சொல்றார். Sampati vachanachapi Ramam yadyanayamyaham apashyan raghavo bharyam nirdahet sarvavanaran. So Sampati dana solli amchar. Sampati is the one who has directed me that I am seeing Sita there. So based on his words, if I were to bring Rama here, and if he happens not to see Sita, what will happen? Nirdahete sarvavanaran. He will himself get into an angry mood and perhaps kill all the vanaras. Therefore, it makes sense for me to continue to live here and search for Sita. Iha ivaniyataharo vatsyami niyatendriyaha Namatkirte vinashyeyuhu sarve te naravanaraha ihaiva niyataharaha yuktahara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu Ramadi Bhagavad Gita ila. I will continue to live here with niyataharam and niyatendriyaha, jitendriyam, buddhimatam varshiyas, in all his indriyas in his control. Namatkrite vinashyehu, it is not meet and proper for others to die on my behalf. Nara vanaraha, Narangana, your Rama and Lakshmana, Vanaras are all the other people. Then Ashoka Vanika Cheyam Drishyate ya Mahadruma Imam Adhigamishyami Nahiyam Vichitamaya. Suddenly his gaze turns towards Ashokavanam. This is a poetic twist by Valmiki, that we see that Hanuman is in great shokam. To get rid of that, he himself, Hanuman, has to make a sankalpam that I have to turn my head towards Bhadram and Shubham and to vanquish the enemies. God himself gives him the direction towards Ashokam, Shoka and Ashokam. That's the poetic twist here. Ashoka Vanika, this, இந்த அசோகவனத்தை நாம் பார்க்கவே இல்லையே அப்படின்னு அவருக்கு மனசுல வருது. இமாம் அதிகமிஷ்யாமி நஹி இயம் விசிதாமயா, இண்டீட் ஐ ஹவ் நாட் சர்ச் திஸ் பிளேஸ் அப்படின்னு யோசிக்கிறார். இப்பதான் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் ஸ்லோகம் 2 வரப்போகுது. வசூன் ருத்ரான் ஸ்ததாதித்யான் அஸ்வினோ மருதோபி ச நமஸ்கிருத்வா கமிஷ்யாமி ரக்ஷசாம் சோகவர்தனஹ. So any karyam we do, the first thing we should think about is the act of propitiating gods. Ilya devan bhavayatanena te devaha bhavayantuvaha parasparam bhavayantaha shreyam paramavapsyata. What that means is, it is very important for us to pray to all the devata shaktis. இந்திரியங்கள்லாம் கண்ட்ரோல்ல இருந்தாலும் இந்திரியேபிய பரம் மனஹா அப்படின்னு சொல்ற மாதிரி இந்திரியங்களுக்கு மேல இருக்கக்கூடிய தேவதைகள் எல்லாரும் they should all show us the way. யாரெல்லாம் வேணா வசுஹு ருத்ரஹ ஆதித்யஹ, right, the great vasus, ashtavasus, ekadasha rudraha, dvadasha adityaha. So all the gods, may they be with me, the 2 Ashwinis and maybe 49 Marut Devatas. எல்லாரையும் நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணிட்டு I will go and destroy the Rakshasas and let it increase the depression of the Rakshasas. Rakshasam Shokavardhanaha Jitva tu Rakshasan Sarvan Ikshvakukula Nandinim Sampradasyami Ramaya Yatha Siddhim Tapasvine. Sarvan Rakshasan Jitva, in that manner, if I were to go and destroy all the Rakshasas with the help of the Devatas, Ikshvakukula Nandinim, she is somebody who delights the Ikshvakukulam, not only Janakakulam, but Ikshvakukulam. Then Tapasvine Siddhim Yatha Ramaya Sampradasyami. I will probably, once I find Sita in this Ashokvanam, I will then be able to take her to Lord Ramachandra and give her in his hands. Saha muhurtamiva dhyatva chinta vagratirendriyaha udatishtan mahateja Hanuman marutatmajaha. I'll just take a few more minutes, although it's extending the time, because it is important to end the sargam with a note of happiness instead of despair. And these are very important slokas. Samuhurtam iva dhyatva, Hanuman meditates for a minute. Marutatmajaha. Chintava gartitendriyaha, all his indriyas or his senses are really overwhelmed because of despair so far. Therefore, muhurtamiva dhyatva udatishtate. He got up suddenly and he reflected on something now. This is the most important shloka which we should all remember to get rid of any kind of depression and get into a state of proper action and seek the Lord's help for us. Namostu Ramaya Salakshmanaya Devyai Chatasya Janakatmajayai Namostu Rudrendra Yamanilebhyo Namostu Chandrarka Marudganebhyaha. In this shloka, Hanuman first prays to Lord Ramachandra. then not to Sita Mata. Interestingly, it is Sa Lakshmanayan Sularinga. Adikaparanda Deveja Tasye Janakatmajaye. That shows how close Rama and Lakshmana were. In fact, when the Vanavasam starts, Lord Ramachandra, he instructs Sita Mata to be there in Ayodhya, not to accompany him. And he looks at Lakshmana. He doesn't even seek his approval or ask him whether he will accompany me. He says, Lakshmana, go bring all the things you have to take and let us go. Choice Lakshmana. And he knows the fact that Lakshmana will reciprocate. That is what Lakshmana also is thinking, that I cannot live without Ramachandra. So they are two sides of the same coin. Gatnala, perhaps he thinks of Rama and Lakshmana in the same spirit. And then comes Janakatmaja. After that, Namostu, Rudra, Indra, Yama, Anilebhya. These are all the primordial gods. Any Vedas you take, they all propitiate these lords, Rudra, Indra, Yama, and Anila, and Chandra, Arka, and Marudganebhya, the moon, sun, and the Marudganas. So it's important to note that all these gods, where do they reside? Tas Sarva Devataha Brahmanasya Dehe Vartanti. These are all the gods who in fact reside in our own body, and they provide all the Shakti that is required to get us out of any kind of depression and get into a state of action. Maybe you can all repeat after me on mute. Namostu Ramaya Salakshmanaya. One of you can unmute and say. Devyai Chatasye Janakatmajayai.
Devyai Chatasye Janakatmajayai.
Namostu Rudrendra Yamanilebhyo.
Namostu Rudrendra Yamanilebhyo.
Namostu Chandrarka Marudganebhyaha.
Namostu Chandrarka Marudganebhyaha.
So this is the shlokam we should all remember. And may Lord Hanuman, along with Lord Ramachandra, Sita Mata and Lakshmana, protect us all and show us a proper way forward. So with this, we'll conclude our session today. Guru Charanambuja Nirbhara Bhaktaha. Guru Charanambuja Nirbhara Bhaktaha. Samsarada Chirad Bhava Muktaha. Guru Charanam Krishna Indriyamanasa Niyamadevam Drakshasi Nija Hridayastam Devam Bhaja Govindam Bhaja Govindam Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate. Kayena vacha manasa indriye buddhya atmana va prakrite svabhavat karomi kalam parasme Sriman Narayana yeti samarpayami sarvam Sri Ramachandra. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Raghavanji. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Raghavanji.
Thank you.
Namaskaram, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Namaskaram, Raghavanji. Namaskaram.
Thank you. Namaskaram.
Thanks, Bhagavan.
Thank you.
Thank you. Namaskaram.
Namaskaram, thank you.
Thanks, Raghavan.
Thank you.
Namaskaram, Swami. Thank you, Swami.
Delhi is
Thank
And
you.
Delhi. Thank you.
Swami. Hello.
okay, Raghavan. Thank you. இப்ப டெல்லி அப்ப வந்திருக்கேன்
டெல்லிக்கு போயிருக்கேன்.
ஓகே ஓகே நீங்க அங்க இருக்கீங்களா நீங்களாம்?
ஆமா ஆமா நாங்க அங்க இருக்கோம்.
Thank
சரி
you.
சரி.
எக்ஸாம் நடந்தது. தேங்க்யூ சுமன். How are you?
Very good. Thank you so much. Nice to be back.
It's really good.
You're keeping well?
Yes, I am. How about you all?
Oh, good. Thank you. Thanks.
Most welcome.
See you soon.
Yeah, have a lovely day. Bye.
Yeah.